Hi everybody, I'm April Cummings and you're watching the KMAN Life Show. It is a simple home on the water in South Sound in Georgetown. A few rooms, a sand yard, some colorful paint. And if you don't know its history, you'd probably just drive by it with little more than a smile for its quaintness in the midst of so much of KMAN's current sophistication. But this simple home is a microcosm of so many aspects of KMAN life and culture.
Give him all the buckets that you have.
Our visit came as volunteers of the Cayman National Cultural Foundation.
She is dying to bark.
Prepared Mind's Eye,
Sweep, 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 sweep.
Miss Lassie's home for Christmas.
You helping me sweep?
It's an annual tradition now that pays tribute in so many ways.
This was such an important part of the whole Christmas, the preparation, getting our yards ready. I guess some of it was stereotypical in that we always heard about the white Christmases. So you thought you had to have a white Christmas, and of course, our substitute was our white powdery sand. Just beat it in now. Pretend you're a turtle. There you go.
And feel it, they are.
Oh, it is heavy.
Volunteers and staff members working together on a December morning.
Put it on your head, Lily. We're actually doing a reenactment of Christmas of yesteryear. The hat is ever so important to protect us from the sun because it's important for us to not only remember, but to make it so clear and so tangible that our youngsters, our youth, the people who were not exposed to this in their real life, we want them to taste it, to feel it, to really get into it. But you wanted your yard to have the whitest sand.
Rita's job this day is to rake the yard.
We're reminding people the days when most everyone who had a sand yard would do everything possible around Christmas time to ensure that their yard looked the best. And ensuring that Christmas morning you had a beautiful white sand yard. All your conch shells were lined up perfectly, cleaned, all the bush had been pulled for the wattle and daub. The white lime had been mixed. Your walls would have been painted with it so that you just had the most festive looking yard, clean and bright, perfect for Christmas time.
You didn't get up top.
There may be no one better equipped to talk about why
The whole lot just wanted to come out.
than CNCF Director Henry Mutu.
And you'll see, of course,
Because it's not just about keeping the house in good shape for future generations.
it's upholding the tradition of hard work, of cleanliness. So symbolically, this is it's very important for us at the foundation, but for the country as a whole.
When Richard
Miss Lassie is the late Gladwin Bush. Filled with the need to express herself at the age of 62, she painted anything and everything she could find. Her art tells not just her personal story, but it captures the strength of her faith and the challenging reality of life in the Cayman Islands during her lifetime.
I mean, the paintings were biblical when you look at them visually, but there was a deeper meaning beyond that about family and about all the struggles she went through. I mean, you see a painting where Jesus says, "Peace be still," and I call her work prayer canvases, because basically I think that what she was doing all the time by getting these visions and saying her prayers or praying is that she was asking God to calm her, to keep her healthy.
Henry Mutu and the Cultural Foundation ensured her work and the story of her life were spread, not just around the Cayman Islands, but around the world. Her home was put on the World Monument Watch List, and today provides an education resource for local children and visitors alike.
All we did was to try to get her work out to people and to tell them about the significance of the work beyond just pieces of paintings or the significance of the house. If you were to take a single unit to talk about Caymanian culture, heritage, arts, traditions, and so on, it's all here. If you only had this house to use and Miss Lassie's life and work, then I think you had everything.
And that everything is woven together like a tapestry, from the artifacts in the home to the paintings with the colors she loved, connecting us to the sea that was our lifeblood in the Cayman Islands over the years.
All of our paintings, you know, there's the sea there, the colors. Blue is your favorite color, blue and white. And if you look out there, you'll see the sea, and it's basically several tones of blue and white. So, and she lived right here all her life. She died at 89, was born in this house. And she always used to say to me, she wants to be to stay in here, to die and be taken from here. And that's exactly what happened.
Lean that down and use your hand.
And so each year, volunteers come to Miss Lassie's house and prepare it for another year.
So we're going to pile it up.
A simple tradition in some ways, but deeply connected to the culture, heritage, and history of the Cayman Islands.
Look at that. We is enjoying our morning.
You can find out more about Miss Lassie's house, Mind's Eye, and the Cayman National Cultural Foundation by visiting their website at artscayman.org. Still ahead on the Cayman Life Show,
our clothing reflects the way of life here in Cayman.
Isy Obi epitomizes an extraordinary new generation of entrepreneurs. Her story just ahead on Cayman Life.
Crooks trying to steal your heart. Never really had luck, could never figure out how to love. How to love. You had a lot of moments that didn't last forever. Now you're in the corner trying to put it together. How to love. How to love. For a second you were here, now you're over there. It's hard not to stare. The way you move in your body like you never had love. Never had love. When you were just so young and your looks were so precious, but now you're grown up so fly, it's like a blessing, but you...
So what does it take to follow your dreams and pursue your passions? Isy Obi knows this former accountant is making quite a name for herself, not just with the fashion she designs, but for the unique and innovative way she's growing her Cayman-based business into a global brand.
Our next designer is Isy Obi.
Cayman Islands-based luxury fashion brand Isy Obi taps into a major market with news of a unique partnership with Macy's in the U.S. So how did Isy Obi do it?
So,
with innovation, collaboration,
this is part of the print.
And frankly, a little bit of luck.
We're evolving more and more.
Isy says she literally stumbled across 19th Amendment online and was enamored by what the company was trying to do.
They have a design collective into which they invite independent designers from around the world. Their goal is to try and change the face of fashion, because fashion is traditionally been quite a difficult industry to break into for independent designers.
19th Amendment made it possible for Isy to get her work out there. Instead of having to set up an elaborate and expensive production facility, people see the work online, order it, and then 19th Amendment creates the garment and sends it out.
There is growing demand from people who are interested in the artisanal quality or in design that's not exactly on trend. It might not be fashionable, quote unquote, but it's still stylish, still elegant, and still wearable.
19th Amendment gives fashion a voice.
It's a brilliant example of using technology in a unique way, providing a platform for talent, supporting that talent with marketing and promotion, and then delivery of product.
It works so beautifully.
So that creators like Isy can live and work in the Cayman Islands.
Here is the Cayman blue.
But see their creations worn around the world.
It's like a tapestry of lots of different things happening.
They bring us all together under this umbrella and allow us to showcase our work to an audience that we wouldn't normally have access to.
So was this something that you always did with strips of cloth?
What you wear gives people an idea of who you think you are, which is why clothing is so important on so many levels. It's an outward reflection of the idea that you want to present to the world of who you are.
Isy's fascination with fashion started early in life.
My mother was a fashion designer, and fashion was always something I'd loved. I remember as a 10-year-old not going to sleep because I had an idea and I wanted to sketch it. I taught myself fashion illustration when I was very young, so that was something, a hobby of mine.
That hobby has transformed her life.
This is the color of the ponciana tree.
The print that is at the core of her line, Modern Tribe, tells the Cayman story through her eyes.
Everyone who's come to Cayman has brought with them some part of their culture from some part of the world. Cayman has amalgamated all these different cultures into something that's uniquely its own. And so that was the challenge in looking at the print, to try and create something that could be reflective of all the different cultures. So in the print, you'll see there's a hint of paisley. There's, small floral print, and then the black and white movement in the print reflects the people moving in and out. It turned out to be beautiful, which of course Cayman is to me. So that's what the print then drove the direction for the collection.
Isy's collection is now available to over 6 million online shoppers on Macy's.com. It's a big deal, especially when you consider she didn't follow the conventional path to get there.
This is pen, paper, pencil.
She started her professional life as an accountant.
When I looked at my options is, design on the one hand, which is risky, and there's finance on the other hand, which you can pretty much tell what's going to happen from one day to the next, and it's very safe and it's secure. I chose safe.
But that doesn't mean she abandoned her passion altogether.
Shopping in regular stores can be very annoying.
She designed her own wardrobe, started a shoe blog, and when she'd saved up enough money and built up enough confidence, she decided it was time.
You reach a point in your life where you start to understand that life's too short. So if there is something you love, it's important to face whatever fears you have around it and, look at it and try. Then I decided to try, and it's amazing the things that happen when you follow your passion and decide to try.
Up next,
I think it's a great improvement for everybody.
options for eating fresh in Cayman with the new Farmers and Artisans retail market. We'll also find out which of these young chefs can wow the judges with one of the toughest cooking challenges in the country. And a spirit of gratitude, the McCoys share their Cayman Thanksgiving meal with us, and we'll share it with you. It's all still ahead on the Cayman Life Show.
I see Jupiter and Mars from far, and Saturn too. The Milky Way looks bright tonight. We were created to shine too. All the world loves a child when he smiles. All the world loves a child when he smiles. We're looking for love, but is there hope? This world is a place that can be so cold. There is one suggestion I'd like to propose. I'd like to rule the world for a day. 'Cause if I did, there'd be love and peace and no more fighting. I'd like to rule the world.
A new direction for Cayman's farmers and artisans, a return to the place they once called home. The Farmers and Artisans Retail Market is back in Georgetown, and we were there on opening day to see it all.
This is where the first farmers market was. Then Ivan took it.
It's an outlet for not only local craft but farmers.
So I'm happy we are back.
A new location and an exciting new opportunity for Evelyn Thomas and other vendors like her.
We'll get more local people coming in to buy fresh local product.
Instead of selling their wares once a week at the Lower Valley-based market at the grounds, they can now also sell local products in Georgetown.
I'm out in the open where everyone can come and see what I can do and enjoy my paintings.
This is the new Farmers and Artisans Retail Market, located right next to the cricket field on Huldah Avenue.
It's good. It's a good place to come.
The return to Georgetown is a kind of homecoming. The original agricultural pavilion here was destroyed by Hurricane Ivan back in 2004.
We want to bring back KMAN.
Verlene Kelly is the manager for the new Farmers and Artisans Retail Market. We first caught up with her in Lower Valley on a Saturday morning, just days before the launch of the new location.
We'll have local cooked food, we'll have baked goods and stuff. We have some excellent artists there. We'll have jewelry making like Lorna, and those will be there. We have a cross section of KMAN talent.
She says the initial response has been overwhelming.
I got over 30-something applicants, and that was not the regular vendors that are here at the market and the ground on Saturday. So these are in addition. So I was like blown away with the response, and ever since then, my phone has still been ringing.
It's a great improvement for everybody.
Farmer Hamlin Stevenson enjoyed being out east, but believes being in Georgetown will make locally grown and locally made products more accessible to more people.
And I think that it will be a good venture for every one of us. For the small person who go around and buy stuff from other farmers and come out here and sell, they will enjoy it as well as the farmers.
Mr. Stevenson has been instrumental in making this move to Georgetown. His love of backyard farming has grown from a hobby into a business.
I've been involved in agriculture some form or the other for the past, I won't say how long, for the past 60 years I've been involved in agriculture. I love it.
His passion for making sure locally grown fresh fruits and vegetables are easily available is unparalleled, and that's why he and others like him worked so hard to make this happen. The market can house up to 32 vendors depending on the size of each stall. Everyone is welcome, but there is one cardinal rule. What's sold here has to be made or grown in Cayman.
This is all local stuff. People have to prove to us that they have not gone to one of the importer and buy produce from them to bring here to sell. And people have to prove to us that the art and craft that they are selling, that is local made. It have to be made in Cayman, or else we will not allow them.
That gets the seal of approval from another longtime agricultural icon.
Ensure that most of the things we sell here are really local, because we have elements who will bring in things made in other places and parade it as being made in Cayman, and I don't think that's right. That's not what this is all about. This is about providing an outlet for local craft and farmers.
Dr. Joseph Jackman was Cayman's chief agricultural and veterinary officer for many years. He says he's been waiting 40 years to see this happen.
It's a dream come true. 40 years ago, we suggested something similar in the old Bertram E. Banks Pavilion. You know, like the children of Israel who wandered for 40 years in the wilderness before they saw the light. I think we're beginning to get there, so I am extremely happy to see that they're doing something like this in Georgetown.
So the pathway to this day did not come without its challenges, from thieves stealing materials for the pavilion to the years of fundraising it took to make this happen. The market at the cricket grounds will be open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 6 or until the goods run out. Turtle meat is the national dish of the Cayman Islands, and in the not-so-distant past, it was a staple in our diets. Nostalgia aside, quite frankly, it is a difficult dish to cook well. And that's why the talent that emerged from the home gas teen cook-off during the Cayman Thanksgiving market at the grounds was so surprising, innovative, creative, and delicious.
Today we made for you Cayman-style turtle with a salad and a lemon vinaigrette.
These aren't just chefs. They're teen chefs.
We have cucumber, different bell peppers.
They're competing for more than bragging rights.
We even got some collard greens.
They're after a cash prize courtesy of Home Gas.
This plate is gorgeous.
It's important for these young students to learn how to cook Caymanian-style foods. It's part of our heritage here and our culture, and it's very important to preserve that.
Number 5, that's Team John Gray.
It was exciting to see the level of creativity in how they prepared and presented these different dishes. It was really a lot of fun.
I'm just blown away because these kids are 12.
5 schools signed up, and they're using ingredients from the grounds plus turtle meat.
And this looks quite healthy.
The job is to make the judges take notice, and that is exactly what they're doing.
The reason why we chose to do this turtle was because, well, we're all Caymanian.
The kids were really, really creative. I mean, John Gray, they made this intricate turtle bread, and they put their turtles, so their presentation was out of this world. And then Triple C,
we made a fried breadfruit patty.
They took the breadfruit, they mashed it up, they turned it into a patty, and then deep fried the patty. So it was still fried breadfruit, but it was something different, and I just thought it was really interesting to see their different aesthetics.
This is the 2nd annual Home Gas Teen Cook-Off, and these teens are showing off skills we didn't even know they had.
Team number 4 is Team Lighthouse.
So there's nothing tougher than laboring over a hot stove and then watching judges decide your fate.
Today I had to present to you turtle stew.
But these young and talented teens braved it all with style and grace.
Enjoy.
It was amazing. I was blown away. The kids ranged from 12 years old to 17 years old. And I mean, to cook turtle in itself, which very few people know how to do, and they just elevated it.
For first place,
The winner, young Catherine from the Lighthouse School, with good old-fashioned turtle stew.
Like season the fin, you put warm water in first, then you just take it out, and then you just peel the hard stuff off of it, and you have to clean it. And then you have to put seasoning like onions, peppers, and some season. And that was it.
And it turns out her seasoning did the trick.
The two schools that took the more traditional approach to their meals were the ones that placed first and second. So sometimes there's nothing wrong with sticking to your traditional roots.
this was a stiff competition. This was a tough competition.
Catherine takes home the prize, but that's not the only thing that counts.
It feels so exciting, and my school must be proud of me right now.
I like the idea of taking a step back and reflect at all the things we've been given, because it can be so easy to get caught up in the negative sometimes. And that's why we at Cayman Life love the idea of Cayman Thanksgiving and decided to share our experience with the McCoys last Thanksgiving with all of you.
Food is ready to be served. We have chicken and beef.
Thanksgiving Cayman style at the McCoys this weekend.
When you come this side. Oh my God. Chicken? Oh wow.
It's a time for prayer.
Pray, Father, that you would bless our gathering.
And a time for gratitude.
Oh my gosh, I mean to say, all we have to do is just look around.
Because frankly, Harwell McCoy sees a lot to be grateful for.
Especially us in this country. When we hear and we see what's going on in the world outside, we have so much to be thankful for.
This could be a little spicy because it's rubbed with jerk seasoning.
His family's gathered in the backyard to enjoy a massive home-cooked meal.
That's chicken gravy. This is beef gravy.
We try and get a little bit of the Cayman stuff, you know. The seafood we have, the stew cow,
Potato salad.
the wilts,
You want turtle?
beef.
Come this side.
So we just get together and we hang out here and eat some food. And normally some dominoes end up, you know, at some point in time. I don't know if they'll be here today, but usually, and you know, just generally camaraderie and good times.
You can come sit with us.
Faith Geely says the story of the little girl asking her parents why Cayman didn't have its own Thanksgiving is completely true.
She went home, she said to her parents, well, we're learning about American Thanksgiving, and why don't we have our own Cayman Thanksgiving? We have so much to celebrate on ourselves.
Scheduled for right after hurricane season ends.
Said, okay, we want everything Caymanian, everything local.
You want the crumbs?
This new tradition is catching on.
We played local music. We told like old Cayman stories.
It's less about a big event though, and concerts, as it was in its early days. More now about family, being together, and sharing Cayman's culinary heritage and spirit of community.
Just sitting and sharing a meal together and reflecting on how much we have to be thankful for.
This is great. I mean, it's a lot of work.
You want some more?
But it's great to have all the families together.
Thank you.
Cayman Thanksgiving is observed on the first Sunday in December. Festivities are usually held on the first weekend after. When we come back on the Cayman Life Show, focusing on the spirit and achievements of our local schools. The Cayman Life Show returns right after this.
Life is full of firsts. The first glance, your first romance, your first wow, a solemn vow, your first front door, never wanted to stay in more. But life twists and turns. Sometimes you're up, and sometimes you're down. Then comes a first surprise. The love in your eyes. First bad day. The first doubts give way. The first heart-to-heart. The first fresh start. The very first signs we'll get there on time. The first loving glance, and so begins a new romance.
We're thrilled to be able to announce a new segment here on the KMAN Life Show, KMAN First Classroom of the Month. In partnership with KMAN First and Office Supply, we are thankful that we can showcase amazing students and classrooms all across the Cayman Islands. This month, an extraordinary classroom at Red Bay Primary took the top spot. It's not hard to understand why 5C at Red Bay Primary is the Classroom of the Month.
Nominating Red Bay on a whole was a no-brainer. The students here are phenomenal.
The only factors are 1 and me.
All you have to do is visit their classroom.
Factors that divide evenly.
Not only are they making leaps and bounds when it comes to improving their math skills, but they're having fun doing it. And you can thank Miss Powell, their teacher, for that.
Let's go!
Our motto is each one teach one. So that's what we strive for. Each student has to help their neighbors to make sure that we all gain success. That would cost me like $32.
She's been teaching for 20 years. Her principal says her passion for math and focus on students working collaboratively is helping everyone step up their game.
You're going to total that to tell me the cost for your meal.
Under the leadership of Ms. Powell, who's our lead math teacher, she decided, you know what, we're going to be creative, we're going to come out of the box, and we're just going to do some crazy stuff with math, because you know what, math is life.
So now I'll have to write that on my paper.
And they're learning in fun, innovative ways.
Look at your menu.
Ms. Powell is seeing all that hard work pay off.
Each and every day I see them grow step by step. They're growing, they're shining, and we're loving it.
And that is what excites us about this program at Cayman First.
Cayman First is here to celebrate their success and motivate other classrooms to strive to become the best they can be.
You guys are the #1 classroom in all of the Cayman Islands.
A bit of a pep talk, a few gifts, and acknowledgement that they came in first.
This class is awesome.
Cayman First and Office Supply provide a $300 gift certificate to the class, and each student gets a copy of Cayman Brac author Bernard Tibbitt's Written Treasures. But at the end of the day, it's not the gifts, but the recognition of a job well done that counts.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Congratulations to Red Bay Primary's 5C for being chosen Classroom of the Month.
Awesome! My kids are so happy. We work so hard, so I think it's a great reward.
You can nominate your favorite classroom by sending an email in to info@caymanlife.tv and tell us why you think they should be chosen. Thanks for joining us for this month's edition of the KMAN Life Show. We're online at caymanlife.tv and on television on Logic's IPTV system on Channel 33. And remember, you can always find out the latest events and activities and submit your own to our events calendar. That's on our website at caymanlife.tv. It's free and it's easy. We also curate the top news of the day and week in our Cayman News Rundown. Thanks for watching, everyone, and here's a look at what else you can see on the KMAN Life TV channel this month.
I can't afford to be a legend, so I guess I might have to get a scholarship, a grant or a stipend straight from the government.
Inhale, exhale, baby, I just need you to know what's on my mind. Just you and I, just you and I.
Come on, know you feel me, lighter than a honey bee, a flower hanging on. I see you living up the destiny, playing God.